Chords starts off with a C. If you're brand new, that's index finger on the next to the bottom string on the first fret, ring finger on the third fret next to the top, and then second finger on the second fret, third string from the top. Leave out the top string. The next one's A minor, which we just saw, so I won't cover that one again. We just saw D minor 7. A new one, but an easy one, is G7. So first fret bottom string, third fret top string, second fret next to the top string, and I use my index finger, my ring finger, and my second finger in the order that I mentioned them. And then play everything. Then back to C, back to A minor. This is a new one we haven't seen, D minor. So instead of D minor 7, this is D minor. So this time, an easy way to do this one is put your ring finger on the next to the bottom string on the third fret. Put your index finger on the first string on the first fret, and then put your second finger on the second fret, third string from the bottom, or just above the string that your ring finger's on, and then leave out the top two strings, but start at the top open D. Then we have G7 again. We have C again. We have A minor again. D minor again. G7 again. C. Now we have F. So F, similar to D minor 7, you grab the first two strings at the bottom of the first fret, and then on the second fret, use your second finger to grab the third string from the bottom, or the one right above the one that you've already grabbed on the first fret. And then using your ring finger or pinky, I tend to use my ring finger, grab the string right above the last one you grabbed, but on the third fret or third string from the top, which would be the F. And then you leave out the top two strings. G7 again. The F that we just saw. G7. F again. G7. Sorry, I always forget to click or it won't let me use my foot pedal. Oh, I made a mistake. Let's see. Let me try again. Yeah. Okay, F, G7. Okay, here's a new one. C7. So we saw C. The only difference between C and C7 is if you start with the C and then you take your pinky and add it on the third fret, fourth string from the top, two strings down below the one that your ring finger's on, and then strum the same strings you would normally strum for the C. That makes it a C7. Okay, several Fs and G7s. Okay, here's a new one, D7. So the interesting thing is we can do a similar thing we saw before. So this is a D. If it was a D, you would use your second finger to grab the bottom string on the second fret. You'd use your index finger to grab the third string from the bottom, and you'd use your ring finger on the third fret to grab the second string from the bottom. So that would be a D. To make it a D7, all you're going to do is move the fretting of this note on the second string up to the very first fret. But you'll probably want to change what fingers you use. So I'm going to change it. So now I'm going to keep grabbing these two strings I had before, but I'm going to use my second and third fingers or ring finger. And then I'm going to use my index finger on the next to the bottom string on the first fret. And I'm going to include the open D string, and leave out the top two strings. And that makes it a D7, and that hopefully that helps you see how it's connected.